AI is growing fast. Well, at least faster than my dead plants, right? I thought I would make a video about what is Microsoft Copilot and what you should know about it. In this video, I'm going to cover the following topics. First, we'll explore Microsoft Copilot and its various versions. Next, I'll provide a crash course on AI. After that, I'll demonstrate what you can accomplish with Copilot for individuals. Finally, you'll get a glimpse of the capabilities of Copilot for businesses. Microsoft Copilot and its versions. Firstly, the term Copilot is used by Microsoft to introduce any of their products that utilize AI. So yes, there are a lot of Copilots, which can make it a bit confusing. For instance, there's Copilot for security, and recently Microsoft announced Copilot for finance. We also have Copilot for service, for sales, for Microsoft Dynamics, and many more. Now that we understand what a Copilot is, I want to focus on Microsoft Copilot in this video. Microsoft Copilot was formerly known as Bing Chat. As you can see, when you Google Bing Chat, you land on a Microsoft Copilot in Edge page. So if you ever hear Bing Chat, it's just a synonym and it doesn't exist anymore. And if you're not familiar with Bing, it is basically the Google of Microsoft. Speaking of Copilot in Edge, yes, another Copilot. It's a version of Microsoft Copilot that interacts with the web page you're currently visiting. I won't go into much details here, but Copilot in Edge can help you summarize books and YouTube videos. You can learn more about this in the video above. It's truly amazing and I highly encourage you to try it for yourself. Okay. That's a lot of information already and I hope you're still following because we're getting into the core of this video. Today I want to highlight the Microsoft Copilot, the one and only. The easiest way to explain this is that it's a clone of ChatGPT. By clone, I mean it's the simplest analogy for me to explain what it is to you. Just like when you go to chat.openai.com, when you go to copilot.microsoft.com, you land on a page where you can chat with the AI. For the record, there's a completely free version which we'll refer to in this video as Microsoft Copilot free for individuals. And there's also a Microsoft Copilot Pro version and it is also for individuals. And then the last thing that we'll talk about in this video is Copilot for Microsoft 365. It was formerly called Bing Chat Enterprise, and basically this is the business side of things. AI crash course. AI stands for artificial intelligence. It's like a robot brain that can do tasks that normally need human intelligence. But unlike human brains, AI doesn't have any feelings or thoughts, thanks God. Very often we hear about generative AI. Well, imagine if you had a magic box that could create new things like pictures, stories, songs, or even more. That's what generative AI does. It learns from lots of information it has seen before and uses that to make new things, new content. For the record, I am not an AI pro, just an AI enthusiast, and if you want to go deeper on the topic, I found this video by Henrik Nieberg, which is truly amazing. In his video, Henrik says that having access to AI is like having access to a little Einstein, someone very intelligent, that the only thing that limits you is the questions you ask him. LLM and GPT-4. You know how some people are really good at remembering and using words? Well, there's a type of AI called a large language model that's also really good at that. It's like a super smart Einstein that can make up his own sentences, and one of the super smart Einstein is called GPT-4, which is what Copilot uses. Talking to AI. Now imagine if you could chat with this super smart Einstein just like you chat with your friends. That's the cool thing about generative AI. You can say, yo, what's up AI? And it will understand you. And the best part, or I would say the most dangerous part of this, is anyone can chat with this Einstein. Not just programmers or very cracked nerd geeky people. So our little Einstein has been trained by showing a lot of books, articles, so that's the LLM basically, so he knows a lot of stuff, more than you and I. But the thing is, he can only help you if you ask him the right questions. This is basically how Copilot works. You ask him a question, a prompt, it goes through a dataset that has been pre-trained with a lot of data, a lot of books, a lot of stuff. It gives you back an answer. It's way more complicated than that, but please refer to Henrik video. He explains it way better than me. Alright, maybe I'm not an AI expert and I don't understand all the technology behind it, but I've been using Microsoft Copilot since it first came out and I used it a lot. With the Microsoft Copilot free version, you can do a lot. When you go to the copilot.microsoft.com, you can chat with the AI to draft emails, create content, plan your trips, and much more. I draft my LinkedIn post with Copilot. I just feed bullet points into it and it does a great job of drafting a post, but I always review it every time because, it gives you weird words such as unveil, unlock, or I am thrilled to jump on that adventure. And you're like, bro, I'm writing about Microsoft Excel. Slow it down a little bit. I also use it to translate all of my content from French to English. It helps me, it goes faster, and much more stuff. What's great is that Copilot is web grounded, which means it doesn't have a knowledge cutoff, unlike ChatGPT, which does. I honestly replaced Google with Copilot. Copilot will just summarize the most pertinent articles it finds on the internet on the topic, and it will even give you the sources. It just speeds up the process so much. If you're wondering about the differences between ChatGPT and Copilot, I have a video about the topic and it's right here at the top. Alright, that was the free version of the tool. Now let's shift to the pro version of the tool. The first thing is that it costs 20 US per month to have access to the pro version, and the main feature of this is that it integrates into all of your Microsoft 365 apps. So when you'll open PowerPoint, Excel, Outlook, OneNote, and Word, I always get these wrong, you'll have a Copilot button at the top and it will be able to help you with the features in these apps. Is it worth it though? I have a video once again right here that is called Should You Buy Copilot Pro, but TLDR at the bottom here in the description, so you can make your decision after watching this video. One feature that Copilot Pro add is the ability to craft a custom GPT. And what is a custom GPT? In short, is the ability to tailor your own custom GPT. You remember at the beginning we were talking about your Einstein and you have to create a new topic and give him the context every time that you want to start a new conversation. The custom GPT is a way of doing it without restarting the new topic. So you craft your own specific tailored GPT. I created multiple, one to draft emails, one to build video on YouTube. So you tell him, hey, I'm a content creator, I do XYZ, and he always remember what you do. You just click on that and then here you go. Okay, we just talked about Microsoft Copilot for individuals. Now let's switch to Microsoft Copilot for organizations. The right column here, so Copilot for Microsoft 365, it is $30 per user per month. And what you have versus Copilot Pro is that you add Copilot in Microsoft Teams. That of course you didn't need when you're alone in your teams. You don't really need to summarize anything, so you can add that with the Copilot version for organization. And I think this is where the game changes for organizations with Copilot. It's this line right here, the Microsoft graph grounding, and I'll try to explain it really quick with the spaghetti linguine charts here. But your prompt gets in at the top left here, the number 1, you have a user prompt, and then instead of just going straight up to number 2 and goes into Bing and web grounded stuff, it goes to the Microsoft graph at the bottom here. So your prompt gets transformed, it gets enhanced with all your context and content. So everything that you have in your Outlook emails, everything that you have in your files, everything that you have in your meetings, your chats, your calendars. And as you can see here, the label customer Microsoft 365 tenant. Your prompt gets transformed, it comes back, the little Einstein, he works his stuff and he gives you back a modified prompt here, number 3, and then back and forth, it processes your answer. So that's where really it gets a difference. It integrates all your emails and everything. And then the other important thing, you get the commercial data protection here for Copilot Pro and Copilot Regular, but here you have the enterprise grade data protection. So when you look at your Copilot for Microsoft 365, you won't have a chat history. Microsoft says that they won't keep any history of what you've put in the tool, so you have complete confidentiality about your prompts and your client's data, basically. The other thing I talked about, the custom GPT builder. Well, when you have the Microsoft 365 or for organizations, you have access to a Copilot Studio. I haven't used it. I don't have access to this, but it looks like a really similar version of the custom GPT builder, except that you can add stuff on top of it for your Copilot prompts to be more powerful, more specific, and have more data. If you want to learn Copilot basics in just 15 minutes, I have a link to my micro course in the description below. If you just want to learn more on Copilot, feel free to lose yourself. Shout out to Eminem in this very specific YouTube channel. Cheers!